All right, hello. This is our exhibitor, Jerry Deuschle from Laverne, and we're happy to have him here.
Yeah.
How much longer are you here for?
I think it comes down a week from Saturday.
That's right. Okay, so one more week we get
One more
enjoy.
week. Yep, last chances are.
I know.
However.
And we've had 2 good performances for you.
Okay.
For people to see your work.
All right,
So.
good.
We're getting more foot traffic.
So Saturday I load them up, and not this Saturday, following Saturday, I load them up. They'll go to my studio. So if you want to purchase some and you didn't get a chance while they were here, I'll probably have them there for you.
Yeah. And then October 18th.
Special event.
We're gonna have a raku
Yes,
firing,
yes.
so that'll be fun. So
Yeah.
we're gonna provide some faces, you'll have to come.
I'm interested.
Yeah,
Already.
so they'll be shiny like this, and it's like crazy hot.
Yeah.
Crazy hot. And
Crazy
it's
hot.
fun.
1850
And are we gonna put, like,
degrees.
Oh,
horsehair
yeah.
on it?
I'll burn myself.
No?
No.
No?
No.
Okay.
You don't get to touch.
No.
And that's hot.
You know what that smells like?
No.
It smells like burning flesh.
Okay, let's not do that.
Wow,
I don't
let's
care.
do that.
I
Okay.
don't care. We'll skip that.
Okay.
If somebody wants to do that afterwards or whatever,
So where are my welding gloves?
well,
He'll
no,
be in
you're
charge
not,
of
you're
it.
not gonna be doing that part.
But you'll get to glaze it and make it
Oh, okay.
your style, and then he'll glaze it for you, or
Yeah.
fire
Yeah, we'll put it in the kiln, fire it up, I'll pull them out, put them in reduction, let them cool, and then you can have them,
And that's
take them home with you.
it. 18.
Of October.
And it's Raikou?
Raku, R-A-K-U, Raku.
Okay, not heard of it.
So Raku started in Japan. When they have huge kilns and the wood fire.
Okay.
So it takes a lot of potters, a lot of time to get a lot of pots to
Okay.
fill the kiln. There's a demand for tea bowls, very important in their society, the tea bowls.
Yes.
And they're going, we can't make enough fast enough. So somebody, Chiro, said, how about if we made a little chamber on the side and did some separately, and we could take them out while the rest of the kiln is firing. And so that's the Raku family. So they started doing that. So that's where taking the pieces out of the kiln rather than waiting for them to cool down for the glazes.
Is that the one where they throw the flowers or something? Like sometimes they'll take it as it's hot and throw a flower in there and then water and then it imprints on it, or is that something different?
I'm not
Okay.
familiar with that. That must be somebody else I don't know. I'll have to look that up.
It was a cousin, it was haiku.
Haiku, his cousin Haiku.
Oh, that was.
There's the one in every crowd, right?
Too much German beer.
Okay, so briefly, high school art teacher, got noticed I'm being put on halftime, went back to work for my father, electrician, and did that for 28 years. Somewhere in the middle of that career as an electrician, I got a kiln. So I'd had a year of ceramics in college for my degree, and I always liked clay, so getting a kiln, found a place I could buy some clay, finally got some glazes, and just started doing little things, and it just grew from there. So I started getting I had a small show down here, a group show here in Spencer, in this gallery, back a number of years ago when I was just getting started. There were 5 potters in Laverne, and we had a group show down here. And that's one of the shows that kind of got me going. There's a couple of small galleries in Minnesota that also we had little shows in. And as my resume got out there, I got an invitation from Minnesota West Community Technical College to teach clay for them. So I started doing that one night a week, 4 hours for a semester at one campus or another. There are 5 campuses. I've been on 3. So it's over 25 years I've been doing that for Minnesota West. But I had some solo shows getting me to that. At Marshall, I had one at Dort. I had one at there and one over there. Small colleges. And then I had opportunity to talk about my work to the clay students there, which was good for them and good for me. Got my name out there. So I've been doing clay for a lot of years, mostly part-time because I was an electrician full-time, potter by night. We had the art teacher who was a potter, and he did raku, and I didn't know anything about raku, and he did a little class for us locals. And so we did some raku firing. And following that, I built the raku kiln, and I started doing raku. And I've done raku for a lot of years since then. I do raku as well as stoneware and local association. We built the wood fire kiln right outside of Laverne, so we did wood firing also. So got versed in that sort of thing. But I don't know where I'm going. I'm just going to keep working. I have another solo show lined up for April in Owatonna, Minnesota. So I'm trying to get my work out there, get more eyes on it, because the only eyes that see it otherwise are those that come to my gallery. And those are few and far between. I get
Where's
more.
it at in Owatonna?
It's at the Art Center in Owatonna, Owatonna Art Center, Center of Arts in Owatonna in April. So I've been working on that show. I've got a tie to Owatonna, and my sister lives there. When she retired from her work as a dental assistant, or a dental hygienist, she started working at the Art Center, and so now she is on the board of the Art Center and so on. So I did a raku firing for them one weekend. I did a class in throwing pots with galleries for lids. They want to know how to make lids and galleries, how to put them together so they fit. And so I threw a number of pieces, took them over there, and then everybody got a chance to throw. So these were advanced clay students, not somebody just learning how to pinch clay. So they had a great time. Everybody made a piece. Everybody got the lid to fit. And I got that far, and I said, goodbye, good luck. Your firing is going to be done here. Your glaze is going to be done here, because I'm not staying here. But that was great. So that's one reason why we did the art fair there for a lot of years also. So it's been a wonderful time for me. Owatonna has been a great place. But it's been wonderful doing the solo shows here and there at like those colleges and having the students and having a chat with them. It's been a wonderful, wonderful time. I so enjoy talking about my work with the people that come look at it, answer the questions. I like talking to people. People person. I'm a teacher.
Okay.
So I'm 78. I've been teaching clay for a lot of years. We had a meeting this morning because I still teach, so I couldn't get down here right away. And I had one of the other faculty members say, how long are you going to do this? I said, I don't know. As long as I want to do this, I will continue doing it. And the comment, I guess, was, I've got 2 more years until I can retire and I can't wait. And I'm going, I retired so I could do this. So I taught electrical for 10 years at Minnesota West. And that was way too much work. Didn't give me any time to, yes?
Can you point out a piece that you did the Roku?
Raku, yes. The one with the black dot in it?
The 3 black in the
No,
center there?
no, the one with the big red dot, and the big black dot in the middle.
Jerry, you should tell the story of that one because you told me and it was pretty dramatic. I liked it. I bet everybody would listen.
Okay.
Jerry, and then the music's gonna start.
So I talked about taking the pieces out of the kiln. So when the glaze matured in the kiln at 1850, I opened the door to the kiln, and it's a pretty good size. It's like a small refrigerator, basically big. Open the door, and in order to get that out, I don't have tongs big enough to get that out. So the only way I could do that was to take, I've got gloves and an apron and all that on for my safety gear. I took an old pair of gloves and put them in my good gloves and reached in and picked that piece up and put it in my sandbox. I've got a sandbox that's a little, 2 feet off the ground. Set it in there, get the combustible materials going, get the flame going, and then A welding friend of mine, welder, made a box for me, so I knew how big it had to be, and I put the box over that, let it cool down in there, and let the glazes, that reduced atmosphere changes things in the glazes, and that's what I got. So that is like a baby of mine.
You
when
skipped the part about the fire. About your gloves on
Gloves,
fire.
yeah. Yes.
That was the part I thought was.
Yeah, so that's what happened. The minute those gloves, these are welding gloves now, not just jersey gloves. The minute they touched the pot, there was flame in my hands.
Wow.
So,
You had to commit to it.
yes, all I could do was get it to where it had to go.
Forged
Yes.
in the
Yeah.
flames.
Wow.
Yeah, so that refrigerator kiln I was talking about, I used to use that in my backyard, and I would put 8 or 10 pieces in there at a time. And it was summertime, I needed to get these pieces fired because I had the show coming up. And so I had those pieces in, and open the door, and I'm taking pieces out, and one of them falls back off the shelf into the back of the kiln. So I'm wearing an insulated coverall. It's 95 degrees out. I've got my other gear on, and I go, I gotta get that out of there. So I took the shelves out that were above, and I went into the kiln, reached back and pulled that piece out and got it in the sandbox. And then I couldn't get my clothes off fast enough. I was wet from one end to the other.
Oh my goodness.
Because it was 1,800 degrees in there and 90 something out here. So what fun we have with fire and smoke and all this sort of thing. But it's fun seeing, because the pieces that you're seeing here have been made over quite a number of years. Because when I started doing them, I was a potter by night, so I just would do what I could. And so the white one in the corner over here, that's 4 pieces stacked up with the red piece in the middle, I did that one night.
Wow.
I started after work in the basement, because I lived in town. Everything was in the basement, except for my kiln was up in the garage. And I started making that first piece, and I want to add another piece onto that, so I modeled that one and got that going. It's all done with coils. And it's the only thing I had to make coils was this. So all of those, the whole thing is made of coils, except the one piece on the top. I think I rolled out a slab that makes that flat top. But it was getting on to, it was after midnight, and I said, well, I can go for a little bit longer. So I added 2 more pieces in the flat top, and I looked at the clock, 4 o'clock, and I got to be to work at 8. But I got it done. I got it done. One night. That's
That's the moral of the story.
Yeah, and there it is. And it's been hiding for 12, 14 years. Went into a big bin, went back in the back of my studio, and I thought, I gotta get that out. So it's out, so you get to see it.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Any other questions, anybody? Yes?
Do you go into the work with an idea, or are you kind of just let it happen?
I have a lot of ideas.
Yeah.
There's a thing that's called magazine. Some of you have maybe heard of that, magazine. There are clay magazines, and I go through them. There's a new one out that I wasn't familiar with until just a year or so ago, and it's printed in Germany. And it's all European stuff. And I have gotten taken up by that. There are things in that go, oh gosh, I gotta go from here and see what I can do from that they did. Yes.
Sparks
So
your creativeness.
I've got all these to do. I can't quit. I gotta keep going. And then I get another issue again. Oh, well, I'm gonna do this too. It's like, oh, I'm gonna have to live 3 more lifetimes in order to get all that done. I don't know. Any other questions? Or whatever. I just spouted out words, but hope there's some value to you.
When you make these big coil pieces, do you use a paddle as you go, or how does, no?
I don't usually, although sometimes I do use a paddle. But On the large pieces, I start with the base with the slab.
Okay.
I don't coil the base, I start with a slab, and I build up from there.
Sure.
And like the COVID cry that's up on the end up there, if you've seen that one, he took well over a month of building. Not continual, because I only work part-time, but I spent a month doing that. So I have to know the clay and keep it moist enough so I can keep building on it, but yet sturdy enough so it'll act as the scaffolding underneath to hold the rest of it up. So it gets to be a little bit tricky sometimes. I have some material that is, it's heated and it shrinks, so like shrink wrap, that I can wrap around it. So if I'm gonna be gone for a while, I'll do that so it won't go anywhere, and then put wet towels over and bag over that, so that keeps it from drying out too much. Also, we can't get too wet, so it's a bit tricky when there things are big that I'm working on. And usually when I'm doing quilt pieces, I'm doing 2 or 3 at a time. So I'll do some on one, and I'll let that one harden up a little bit, and I'll do, keep working around and come back to that one later on. So that's the way I work.
That is a big trick, isn't it, the moisture?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I learned that.
Yes, moisture is the key when you're working with clay.
Do you mix some kind of grog or fibers into your clay to help it be stronger?
The clay body I use has some grog in it. Yeah,
Mhm.
a little bit of grog, not a lot, but a little bit. Helps
Yeah,
with the
you
shrinkage.
don't add extra or anything?
I don't add extra for that.
No.
And the first introduced to raku, a raku body has a lot of grog because it will help withstand that thermal shock that clay goes through. When I started doing raku out in California, Paul Soldner was the guy, if you heard that name before. They would take the pieces out of the kiln, and it wasn't a kiln, it was a pile of bricks and whatever, so they could put a flame in there. They would take tongs and they would take the pieces out of the kiln and run out and put them in the ocean. So they went from that 1900 degrees into whatever temperature the ocean water is. I don't know what it is out there. Depends on the season maybe, I don't know. But that's the way. So the story on raku, US, is they were doing that, somebody dropped the piece and it rolled into some leaves or some whatever. Uh-oh, put a bucket over so we don't burn everything up. Take the bucket off later. Oh my God, look what happened. It's so different from everything else. I want to try that. So Americanized the raku that they started in Japan.
Cool.
It's just, yeah, and it's so fun. And it's so disgusting because when I started doing raku, a guy says, if you get 50% of yours successful, you're doing great. Well, I do a lot better than that. I probably get 90% that are successful now. Well, I've had some experience. Yeah, so thank you. I'll be here for any questions or whatever.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yes, yes.
Very interesting.
So, yeah, come in October, we'll do some rakuing out back.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
I gotta make it up for that. That would be cool.
October 18th, we have a raku class.
You're gonna advertise this like
Yes.
Facebook?
Yeah.
Good.
Right.
I have a kiln that I can roll into a trailer.
Yeah. Yeah.
Bring that
Right,
down.
should we start?
I'll bring the blazes.
Should we get, should we start listening to some music?
Go ahead, go ahead. We're busy. We'll just continue talking.
Okay, thank you for coming. Ms. Lyndsay, Audra, and Todd Partridge. We'll start.
It's called Potter by Night.
and the fools that walk through the door. But it's the fools that walk out and cause all the trouble when they told they can't come back no more. Wednesday always smell like a Wednesday, but a Saturday never smell the same. Sometimes it's a whisper and a promise of Sunday morning's walk of shame. 'Cause it's hard times out there. Hard times, but it's always, you guys know it now, good times in here. Lord, it's on grand. As you make it or as smooth as you want it to be. When the high plains ghosts in this city of grifters ain't got time for your hipster scenes. Well, the only good crowd is the crowd that's drinking. Well, that's never a problem in here, my baby. Everything's fine if you buy your neighbor a beer. 'Cause it's hard times out there. Hard times, but it's always good times in here. Good time. Oh! Good times in here for sure. Jerry, thank you. That's very informative. I love hearing that kind of stuff. But I will be writing a song called Potter by Night. Huh? Yeah, for Dobro. I'm so glad to be here. Mostly just glad to be anywhere these days. It's a sign from above. That's what happens when you say, glad to be anywhere. So that song before was about a bar in Minneapolis, and we were kind of getting closer to there. And there's a place called Palmer's Bar. Anybody know that place? Yeah, it's gonna close. Yeah, it's very sad. But I got a good song out of it. We used to play that Palm Fest up there. I grew up just south of here, about an hour and a half. A place called Wall Lake, Iowa. Don't you hear? Because then we'll know something about you don't want us to know. And this is a song about those days. It's called the Car Song. My Cheville's in the front yard. She's up on blocks. If she could tell the stories, man, well, she would surely talk. Well, she'd tell it about the days you left behind. She said, leave your marks on the highway, son, and my tires squeal away your pain. Once we were invincible, we could never die. At 120 miles an hour, good Lord, we sure did try. And we somehow lived to tell the story, at least for a little while. They all thought I'd wind up dead or in jail, but I'm alive and I live to do it all again. To dust, and sometimes it's best to just let it rust, let it rust. anywhere. I drank the whole bottle, woke up the town. A damn could kill us all when the sheriff chased us down. Dad said, what the hell did you do now, Todd? Didn't I turn the scene? Like I said, they all thought I'd wind up dead or in jail, but I'm alive and I live to do it all again. It's all gonna turn to ashes, it's all gonna turn to dust, and sometimes it's best to just let it rust, let it run. Rusty don't remember, Rusty just don't care, and I'd rather rust right here than live forever anywhere. That's the truth. I was talking to you last month. You gonna sell that Chevelle? Gonna stand by needing the money. But first, let's run it like hell, yeah. Fast as you can to the mailbox. Well, we used to run a quarter mile. Trying to bring back those old memories with the burning rubber and the sweet tires. The squealer tires. A cautionary tale. Cautionary tale. So, I play in a band called King of the Tramps sometimes. Now reincarnated in some fashion as Todd Partridge in the Whiskey Gospel. It's an old King of the Tramps song called Fresh Green Light of Day. Song about my grandmother lived to be 99.995 years old. Irish Catholic lady down there in Johnson County. She had like 100 grandkids, and I was her favorite. We used to exchange poetry books. She was a poet. And I was going through a particularly rough part of my life. I had a few of those. And she reminded me in her infinite wisdom that someone who has almost 100 grandkids and probably 1,000 great-grandkids. Did I ever tell you the Irish exaggeration? She said, everything will be better by the fresh green light of day. And some days that's what keeps you going, right? The hope that you'll wake up tomorrow and everything's gonna be better. when the sun goes down, but the tables are turned, oh, come breakfast time, and everything looks brighter, oh, by the fresh green light of day. I asked my friend for a ride. He said, well, are you bound? Oh, Lord. I said, anywhere, it's fine. And I hope that you don't mind, oh, 'cause everything looks brighter, oh, by the fresh green light of day. Yeah, it's true. Rainy streets and Mondays make sad harmony sound. Church steeples point up, but we sinners all fall down. Yeah, we sinners all fall down, Lord, but we get up before we drown. And everything looks brighter, oh, oh, by the fresh green light of day. Will the moon refuse to shine when she saw what the sun had done? Oh, Lord, that sun had undone what the moon had just begun, and everything looks brighter, oh, by the fresh green light of day. Yes, everything looks brighter, oh, by the fresh green light of day. Thank you so much. And I look around the room and I see art, I see books, things you don't see as much as you used to, I'm not just saying, you go places and you don't see the arts and the books, and I look at you guys and I'm like, this must be a smart crowd. It must be, like one of those learned crowds, not your average crowd. So you guys... Yeah, way above. I'm talking off the chart ACT, but I digress on that. So that I'm guessing you guys know who Henry David Thoreau is. Yeah. He lived up the road here in Milford. So, did you know he had a little fling with Ralph Waldo Emerson's sister-in-law, Lucy Brown? Her husband died. And at that time, our dear Henry David Thoreau was working at his dad's pencil factory. And oh man, what could have happened if what kind of pencils would we have had if he'd have stayed in the pencil business and not went out there in the woods and wrote that book? But instead he had this long and sultry correspondence, because back in those days you couldn't get on your little phone and say, hey, I'm thinking of you. It was more of a deal, you had to put pen to paper, and it wasn't even easy then. You couldn't go click click. You had to kill a turkey and get a feather. So anyway,
anyway, they had this long series of romantic letters, and I found them, and I was very surprised because I'd never heard of this, and I wrote this song. It's called Lucy Brown. If you get a chance, look up the letters because they're really quite moving. Dear friend, well, I wrote you a letter, but I did not send it 'cause I didn't know whether it would find you well, or even find you at all. Please forgive me this mortal strangeness if I say your name aloud when I talk to the clouds, and I'd leave it all behind. They'd answer back in kind of Lucy Brown. Lucy Brown, Lucy Brown, well, I hold your name up in the clouds until I see you again. Wind up the music box, well, we'll dance, then we'll go throw rocks at the shadows that keep us apart. Well, I know your husband left you and your children cry his name. Well, the frost is cruel and the flowers die, but they come back just the same. And autumn never knows the color springtime shows those who wait. And if we survive this winter, well, the snow will melt and the finches will return to the fences. Oh, by the riverside, and we'll picnic on a blanket in the sun. Lucy Brown, Lucy Brown, Lucy Brown, well, I hold my breath without a sound until I see you again. Wind up the music box, well, we'll dance, oh, then we'll go throw rocks at the shadows. In the abundance of summertime, we'll laugh at my made-up rhymes in the meadow where the aspen trees laugh all day in the lazy breeze, and we'll dance like fools till the moonlight calls us home. See, only nature loves perpetually, with innocence and malice equally, and the words can't find solace, no, when they cut down that old oak tree. The acorn knows when the cold wind blows, he calls your name, Lucy Brown. Yes, the acorn knows when the cold wind blows, he calls your name, Lucy Brown. Didn't think you'd learn something tonight, did you? We learned all about Raikou. Or Raku.
Kind of like raccoon.
Raccoon.
Cut it short.
So I'm so honored and lucky to be here. Thank you so much for having us here at Arts on Grand. We need more spaces like this. I'm thrilled to be with Lyndsay. Lyndsay's going to sing a couple songs with me, and then she's going to sing, and then I'm going to sing some songs with her. So you guys get two for the price of one.
Are you ready for me?
I'm ready for you.
Wait, is Spencer the place that had the library cat?
Yeah.
Oh,
now
What's
you
the
know.
library cat?
I knew I remembered something from the Wikipedia I read. Dewey.
There's a book out about Dewey, ain't there?
Yes, there is.
Well, I was looking. Oh, and I saw the history books, and I was like, oh, yeah. Somebody put Dewey in the book drop thing.
Oh no.
I know. And that they
At least it
rescued
wasn't a
him.
baby, but still.
Yeah, they rescued him and he lived up there. Lived in the library, and they wrote a
Really? And
children's
so
book about Dewey.
Dewey ended up okay.
Yeah.
There's a library cat.
He's a legend. villages.
Years.
I did a deep dive on Spencer once. I did a deep dive on Spencer once.
This one's called Crimson in the Maples. Crimson in the maples, there's blackbirds in a tree. I won't bother them birds, no. They don't bother me. Well, there's running away. There's running away, getting nowhere. Mother Tender told me, you gotta stand your ground. Ain't no use in looking good, no. If no one is around, well, there's running away. There's running away, getting nowhere. Well, there's running away, and there's running away, getting nowhere. You guys know what I mean? Driving in your car, and it smells like your lies. You're Billie Holiday, and my weeping eyes. Well, there's running away, and there's running away, getting nowhere. And there's cigarettes in your ashtray. You don't even smoke. I need a drink, God help me, yeah, but all the bottles are broke. Well, there's running away, and there's running away, getting nowhere. Oh, getting nowhere. Well, there's running away. Oh, there's running away, getting nowhere. Well, settle down, she told me, yeah. Put that thing down. This unhappy ending doesn't make a sound when you're running away. You're running away, getting nowhere. Crimson in the maple, and there's blackbirds in a tree, and I won't bother them birds, no, yeah. They don't bother me. Well, there's running away, and there's running away, getting nowhere. Well, they're running away, and I'm flying away. Ain't none of us free. Ain't none of us free. Oh, ain't none of us free. Ain't none of us free.
wrote a song about, a singer-songwriter in Austin, Texas. It's song's called Cowboy Boots. If you've ever heard it. It's an old King of the Tramp song called Cowboy Boots. And the story of this song is this singer-songwriter down in Austin, friend had a hit, one hit. We all heard it on the radio. We all knew it. We all sang along with it in the late 80s, early 90s. And that was it. One song, one hit. But we all knew it, and we carry it with us, you know, so. Didn't make a dime off anything, which is often in the music industry, you know, that first record, sign away all the rights. But the moral of the story is that she continued to play music. She continued to do what she loves and play, and she's down there in Austin still making music. So it's not about the money, you know, if you can gauge success. I'd gauge success if I had one big hit that everybody knew.
How long have you been teasing everybody with this story, Todd, and not telling us who it is?
I see people as they're Googling, who is this?
Who is it?
Only two people know who it is. Me and that person, I think.
Okay, Johnny Mitchell.
Yeah.
Well, she said, oh, you're so vain. Didn't somebody have to pay like $1 million to figure out?
But they couldn't tell anybody.
Yeah, exactly.
To find out that it was not Ukraine.
Are you just waiting for that offer?
I'm waiting. If anybody's got $1 million, I'll tell them. Then I could afford one of Jerry's works of art.
Yeah, right?
It wasn't Cary Grant. Who was it? It was.
I don't think we know.
I don't think we do. He was a movie star.
So that person played. See?
Warren Beatty is who I was thinking. Him and Hugh Grant share a space in my
Well,
low.
what about that poor fool that paid $1 million?
I don't know. Somebody bought a Wu-Tang Clan album for $1 million too, and only one person got to listen to it. So.
It was also rumored that James Taylor was one of those.
Yeah, see, it's still a rumor. So, yeah.
Now, I think this song is going to take precedence over Potter by Night. It's called Cowboy Boots.
Mind, she's thinking about those clubs and bars, high black ceiling and a full tip jar and a Gibson hummingbird guitar. The guy from the label says you're gonna go far, but far ain't somewhere you can go. Just another string of one-night shows where she used to feel pretty. Now she just feels pretty tired. Jesus, they loved you in your cowboy boots, your messy hair, and your rhinestone suits, but you didn't love yourself enough. Keep trying to get back on that train with a suitcase full of heartache and pain songs. Ain't selling no more, and pain ain't what they're looking for. There's enough of that to go around. There's enough of that to go around. She gets residuals from that one big hit, yeah. Sounds familiar, but you can't place it, and the money don't buy much in the end. The songs remind her of those old boyfriends. Well, each one takes a little bit away, and sometimes she cries when she plays, hanging on to that D chord like her life depends on it. And Jesus, they loved you in your cowboy boots, your messy hair, and rhinestone suits, but you didn't love yourself enough. She keeps trying to get back on that train with a suitcase full of heartache and pain songs. But heartache ain't selling no more, and pain ain't what they're
of that to go around. Story calls on a piece of walls, posters on the green room walls where they loved her in Austin and Athens too. San Francisco to Kalamazoo, but she ain't going back there. And the manager said, it's funny how time flies. Oh, well, Jesus, they loved you in your cowboy boots, your messy hair, your rhinestone suits, but you didn't love yourself enough. And you keep trying to get back on that train with a suitcase full of heartache and pain songs. But heartache ain't selling no more, and pain ain't what we're looking for. There's enough of that to go. There's enough of that to go around. Yeah, there sure is enough of that to go around. Enough of that to go around. Lyndsay, Audra over here. Knocking it out of the park. I'm gonna do a couple more, and then we're gonna let Lyndsay sing some songs to you.
Wild water?
Oh, I hadn't had Wild Water.
Please.
Please. Oh, Wild Water.
Pete Jackson voice?
He might do that for us.
Deep cut. Deep cut. Well, it's not that deep. We're good. Let's do, you pick.
I just heard you play the other day. I want to hear you play a new one though.
Yeah, so I'll try a new one.
How about Thorn?
All right, Thorns. So I got a new one. This is brandy new, so. Goddamn, I should have known better than go down that road again. You look back twice, you're lost, they say. Don't ask for advice, there's always a price to pay. And ooh, don't it hurt when the curtain closes. And ooh, if they throw roses at your feet, watch out for the thorn. Your dress will get torn. Right all night, pink candlelight. You can wine in your boxer shorts. You can pour yourself a short glass of boxed wine, thinking you can figure it all out in court. Oh, say, hey, country boy, your words can annoy even when they're well-intentioned. Stop trying to impress the girls with the verbs and dwelling on them past tenses. Watch out for the thorn. Your dress will get torn. So you're picking up the pictures and the pieces and the reasons for the seasons that made you great. And there's emeralds on your fingers and diamonds in your mouth, but you still gotta pay to play. Oh, you're howling at the moon, and the moon's just a hole in your soul, shining right back. And the whites in your eyes watch the wind making sighs, but there ain't no turning back. Watch out for the thorn. Your dress will get torn. things can sure get old at the end of the road. Well, the married women don't fool around. When you're casting metaphysical glances, getting physical in the train station, rainy day cold. Just like your grandpa growing flowers in the country, while grandma sews her clothes. And you're staring at the screen, singing, Louise, Louise, I need you. And those donkeys in the barn, braying out in harmony, I need you. Watch out for the thorn. The dress will get torn. Watch out for the thorn. The dress will get torn. Thanks for making me do that. I don't know why, but new songs. That's the first time I played it live, so. Thank you.
Well, now I suppose you gotta play Wild Water, don't you?
We'll do Wild Water and then Old Crow.
Yeah.
By request, so this is on the not set list.
That's the request line.
Just in on the request line. So has anybody here ever seen King of the Tramps around the places? Yeah, you guys, I know. You guys, yeah. So it's my little brother died in a car accident in 2007, and it took me 10 years to kind of grieve in the process, and one of the big things was writing this song called Wild Water. And he was one of our bigger fans, you know. It's been a while now, so, and I only get teary-eyed when my mom's in the crowd. November comes again with indiscriminate northwest wind, and then December. I remember words so tough, words so tender. Can't take back words never spoken, promise never made is a promise broken. You and I were too young to know just where the wild water flows and where the dust from your boot heels go when that northwest wind blows it away. 14 soon turns 41. There's more left to do than has been done. Well, there's wild water in the bucket. When you kick it, it rolls away. Wild water dies in the river till the rain sets it free. There's the love you're born with and the love you never find, Lord. But sometimes the love grows most in those you left behind, like wild water, wild and free. As young boys do, we fought like fools with fists and words, sometimes cruel, but mostly, Lord, we got along. Brothers love like a river runs strong. The river split and stones tumble, trees fall in and crud banks crumble away. Sad to say, well, there's wild water in the bucket. When you kick it, it rolls away. Wild water dies in the river till the rain sets it free. There's the love you're born with and the love you never find. Sometimes your love grows most in those you left behind, like wild water. Hey! Goddamn, it's getting cold. January makes young men old out here where the memories freeze like ice on the branches of dead old trees. The trees that young boys climb are the trees that grown men leave behind too soon. I still can't drive that county road. I still get sad when the snow starts to blow. It's bouncing off the headlight beams. When you're wild, the world gets mean sometimes, don't it? You can try not to cry like your mama's boy, but if you don't let go, the pain can destroy a man. Yes, it can, yes, it can. Well, there's wild water bucket. When you kick it, it rolls away. Wild water dies in the river till the rain sets it free. There's love, love you're born with, and the love you never find. But sometimes your love grows most in those you left behind, like wild water. Still can't stand February. Desperate thought like tears on the prairie. They say lonely men die alone out here where the wild seed is sown. There's ice on the river waiting for the sun to make it wild. Let it run again. Your ice on the river waiting for the sun to make you wild. That you run again. That you run again. They run again. Do one more with Lyndsay here, and then let Lyndsay sing some songs. We'll do one about love in the world. That one was about love in the world too. This one's called Old Crow, Love the World.
Ready when you are.
Old crow sitting in a tree, wonder if he's looking at me or maybe I was looking at him. Well, it's all the same when you're singing to the wind, and the same wind that helps you fly is the wind that'll knock you from the sky sometimes. Hey, wise old bird, what's the word? Can you tell me something I ain't heard? Tell me everything. It's gonna be alright, it is. Well, I don't wanna fuss, don't wanna fight, I just wanna love the world tonight. We can love the world tonight. Well, I asked old crow, why does he sing, and how many feathers on a wing? Can you tell me why do cage birds sings when he can't do so many things. The music makes sad man smile if you pull up a chair and just sit there a while. Well, I asked old Crow to come home with me, sit on the porch, swing in the breeze, and tell me, what does he see when he flies up there over the trees? Is there more peace being alone? And can you call up heaven on the telephone for me? Well, we just sat there in worn-out shoes with a bottle of sunshine and yesterday's news. Well, the trash piled up in the yard, and the old crow told me, don't work so hard. Work don't matter when you're dead, and sometimes words are better left unsaid. Hey! And we can love the world tonight. 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 It's pretty easy, really. Starts with a smile, a nice word. Icarus flew too close to the sun. Well, he laughed at his father and thought it was fun. I guess there's a little rebel in all of us. Sometimes we don't listen and we like to cut. The old crow told me, well, it's never too late. All it takes is love to overcome hatefulness. I'll say that again. Yes, the old crow told me, well, it's never too late. All it takes is love to overcome hatefulness. I know it's true. And we can love the world tonight. 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 Thank you guys so much. Lyndsay, Audra up next.
Everybody give it up for Mr. Todd Partridge.
Here we go.
Woo! Oh, we're going.
Yes, I'm gonna love the world tonight. I'm gonna love the world tonight. I'm gonna love the world tonight. I'm gonna love the world Thank you guys so much. Thank you, Artonga. Take just a small pause and then we'll get Lyndsay going here.
Yeah, eat some of those tomatoes.
Just a couple minutes and then we'll be back.
Yeah. You're fine, Angie. Understandable. I want you to be safe.
She said 2 minutes.
Oh, no.
And she's our DD.
Still one who hits the deer. It's good, isn't it? You should write a story about that.
Hello. I'm so happy to be here and so happy to see all you great people in Spencer. I wanted to say thank you to Arton Grant and Megan and all the people who work work here, and Todd for bringing me here. And Jerry, I don't know where Jerry is, but I was very inspired by Jerry's just enthusiasm for art and that passion. How he wants to live more lifetimes just so he can make all the things he wants to make. That's a beautiful thing. Slow down, you're gonna miss everything. Looking far too forwards and then turning back again. So let's make some mints from sticks and left behind cold 45s, where the ghosts cross the bridges of the park and space-time. Cause I love it in your silent way you sing. Play, 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 just a little bit more. So come lay with me beneath these grand old pines. If we should go broke, I may just settle here in this satin needles and always smell like Christmas time. Oh, we could be a couple of hobos out the West Coast line. Start a fire, catch some minnows and laugh when we squiggle out our bones. Cause I love it in your silent way you sing. Play, 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 just a little bit more. Cause I love it in your silent way you sing. Play, 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 just a little bit more. I thought about that one. Isn't art really about play? Yes. So I was talking about the cat, Dewey. I'm very interested in the history of Iowa, writing songs about Iowa. This is one I wrote about. Just the river. From the heart's flattened point, we shiver beastly. No sound cows on the prairie, and forget your vicious lullaby with the corn and clover tonight, and swim your naked body on by. We escaped those fields of rain, glide down to the valley with its fresh squeezed wild grapes upon your suckling belly, and forget your vicious lullaby with the corn and clover tonight, and swim your naked body on by. And forget your vicious lullaby with the corn and clover tonight, and swim your naked body on by. It's too loud. Todd said in the interview that he hit me on his guitar and then became a singer. I only play the guitar so I could sing too. Let's see, yeah, something from Ames. Ooh, yeah, see? It's fine. Yeah, and this is the legendary spot when I was younger in Ames, and it was called the Shrine. Have you ever lost his mind. Some say his child died. Some say he's paranoid, 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 paranoid. But what he made was so beautiful. I'm afraid it took all his soul. And what he built was something unbelievable. Now he stands God out in the cold, and we just can't leave him alone. I'm sure every class had that one mysterious person that did weird things and never, nobody ever really knew the story, so they just made up stories. Yeah, no, what was yours? Were you that person? You're a legend. Let's see. I've been really into the small county fairs and small festivals these days. I was telling Megan I've had a really great time playing around this western side of Iowa because I feel like somehow I only went from the center to the east and now I've gone to the west. And you all are hold it down over here with the little fairs and the live music. It's been great. But I always used to go to the Bill Riley talent show in my cousin's small town of Iowa Falls. And I always wanted to do it, but I was way too shy. So someday I'm going to play a county fair or a small town little festival. This is the song I'm going to play. I got my new boots on that Mama bought me last week. The tight pants with the sparkles on the pockets, baby. My brother said, you look stupid in makeup, Katie. But I'm used to that. In my dreams, yes, in my dreams, I'm the queen of the county fair. No one really knows me, but it's true, I swear. I'm the queen of the county fair. No one really sees me, but it's true, I swear. And when I close my eyes, 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 I'm a blue ribbon baby, never just a maybe. First prize riding high. Yes, I'm a blue ribbon baby, never just a maybe. First prize riding high. This beauty's on the inside, right? And to shine is just a state of mind. In my dream, I am the queen. I'm the queen of the Clay County Fair. And no one really knows me, but it's true, I swear. I'm the queen of the county fair. No one really sees me, but it's true, I swear. And when I close my eyes, when I close my eyes, when I close my eyes, sign me up with the Clay County. I'm excited to go to it. I've never been. You've probably been. Yeah. I know. Yeah.
Come see me by the big pumpkin.
I can't go this year, but
Okay.
I know.
You got that stage stage.
You're all part of it.
My son's getting married in Duluth, so we're going up there.
Oh,
Otherwise, we'd come and see the pumpkin.
next year.
Next year. Yeah. No pumpkin.
So the reason I did my deep dive on Spencer is because I came through here to go to the Lakeside Laboratory in Okoboji. Has anybody heard of that? Yeah. I did the artist in residence 2 years ago. Mm-hmm. It was fabulous. But I did the same thing in Okoboji, and I was looking for cool stories, history, all kinds of stuff, and I came across Miss Thriller. Does anybody know about Miss Thriller? So I read, I dug, found everything I could about Miss Thriller.
Who was Miss Thriller? About.
It was a ghost.
About.
Yeah.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Boat crash.
On Okoboji?
29? Yeah.
Never heard of her.
Yes.
They brought her up. I think she's in the Maritime Museum.
Yes.
Yeah, they did.
Mhm.
Because they found it in Miller's Bay. Yes. Yeah. Oops, sorry.
Oh wait, no, did they? Did they actually? They like only had a part of it left, I think. Yeah.
Did it catch fire or something?
There's so many. Yeah, there were so many stories and so many.
Like a boom, like.
It was a rival boat that, like, they were fighting over boat territory, and then one night the rival boat, which wasn't as fast, a little nicer, crashed into this thriller, and nobody knows if it was an accident or not. So.
Pirates in the park.
Bit beer all over you. Good boy. Thank you for that.
Yes, I wrote this book about Miss Thriller. Miss Thriller, she was a killer, lightning striking, what a ride. Miss Thriller, she was a killer, and I'll never forget how I felt that night. Well, I was just shy 18 on the scene at Okoboji in my best dress, waiting on a sign. The band was a-playing and the people were swaying side to side. Then this girl in red, she turned, coming up and gonna take a ride on the fastest boat you've ever seen in your life. Oh, wanna try? She smiled when I almost turned and went away, but I wanted more than anything to be brave like her. So I walked to that dock and bought my ticket for that luncheon. Miss Thriller, she was a killer, lightning striking, what a ride. Miss Thriller, she was a killer, and I'll never forget how I felt that night. We flew across the lake, it was like an earthquake. My eyes were wide and I felt alive for what seemed like the very first time. Then that girl in red, she turned, caught me laughing, and all of a sudden the lights started flashing with a whip and a crack. It all turned black as I watched that girl in red slip away. I held tight to my heart and I wanted to was a killer. Lightning striking, what a ride, Miss Thriller. She was a killer, and I'll never forget how I felt that night. It's so nice to play for an audience who knows who Miss Thriller is.
How much time do I have, Mr. Partridge?
Nobody really knows the answer to this question.
Ah.
Proper answer is as long as you want. It's 8:16.
I'll tell you one about my hometown river. What river goes through here? We'll see. Cute. And you've got the raccoon river.
Which one? We got the middle raccoon.
Middle?
Yeah. Well, it goes through Auburn. We just call it the raccoon.
Besides this area, like Iowa has no lakes, so the rivers were my home. Hot, hot summertime. I read the natives name this river for the wild onions that stunk up the mouth. Do you know what I'm talking about? There's not so many now, but we dig our toenails in the soily banks, harvest in the spring. The lime green spring. The lime green spring. In Iowa, 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 Iowa love is the Skunk River in the summer when it's too hot and among the scorched berry is a secret white spot. You know my favorite place for creek walking, the stones so flat and cool, and when I sang those birds join me, and those bugs that dance on water too, those bugs that dance on water too. As sunlight passed through the leaves, some grouchy person tried to block off the creek. No trespassing on the fence, being eaten by the trees, being eaten by the trees. In Iowa, 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 Iowa. sandals, beaches, herons, fishes, titties, tubes, kayaks, and boxwines, sunbeams, daydreams, magic freaks, mushroom showers, magic powers, frogs, bugs, and pods. Because I will love is the Scott River in the summer when it's too hot and among the Scotch prairie is our secret blood spot. What do you think, Todd?
Song from Mary Jane, then I'll play.
That would be a good move. Yeah, I went to dear friend on Monday. She was my witch mama. So I'm also in a band we're called Witch Tit. Tim Sauce. Back in the day at Byron's. We try our best to play every full moon. It's wonderful. It's art, music, fun, community.
It's a black moon tonight.
Is it a new moon?
Yeah, but they call it the black moon.
What?
It's the second full moon, or the second new moon in a month. They call it black moon.
I actually have
that's
a
like the
dream
blue
that's not
moon?
true.
Really? That's
Because there's 28 days between the moons. But it is a black moon this year because it's the third moon in, I forgot what it was. It's somewhere on the red, so. It's just regular, otherwise it's just regular, new moon is all.
But it is a black moon
Yeah.
this year, this
Well, yeah, but not because it's 2 in 1 month.
Oh, there's a different reason?
Because otherwise you have to be, 28 days between the moons.
Yeah.
And so I forgot what the first one was, but it's just not fitting in August this year.
Huh. Yeah, because like a blue moon is 2 full moons.
2 in 1 month,
I
yeah.
can't remember why they say it's a black moon, but
Well,
I
that
think
would be
it's tonight and last night.
But there's another definition of black moon, 3
Okay.
of them in a certain amount of time. So,
Okay.
whatever. But it looks the same.
Good Star Watch.
Yeah.
Somebody's saying it's even darker because it only gets so dark,
Give me all kinds of song ideas here.
What is the song?
It only gets so dark.
There's a song in that somewhere.
So.
Yes. So this was my dear friend Mary Jane's favorite song.
Hey, Mary Jane.
Hey, Mary Jane. She passed away on Monday after battling pancreatic cancer for a long, long time. Which is, you Google that shit and you're like, aren't you dead? So we were happy to have her around for as long as we had her. I'm swaying in these stormy winds, but it's changing. I can feel the heat kissing my cheeks as I I ain't your baby, I'm a grown-ass mother lady. Ain't no denying I don't need nobody, but I like you. My hair is all getting grim, a little saggier every day, but my heart and soul, they're getting stronger. 'Cause I ain't no little girl, no, I've got what it takes for this world. I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna make it. I've got the fire, I've got the fire, I've got the fire, I've got the fire. Careful what I touch, might just burn it to the ground. I wouldn't trade a single day. No, I wouldn't trade a single day. What we go through, how we bleed, makes us who we are today. So I wouldn't trade a single day. No, yeah. Remember what I say. We're the luckiest people in the world, 'cause we've got the fire. We've got the fire. We've got the fire. We've got the fire. Careful what we touch, might just burn it to the ground. Watch out, Jerry. So just set yourself on fire. Oh, thank you. Yes. Thank you so much. I'm going to bring out Mr. Todd Partridge to play some things with his fancy guitars and stuff. He's got fancy guitars. Baptize me in the falling leaves that crackle on my knees and color the breeze. pocket full of posy. We all fall down underground, ground, 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 ground. So make it rain, make it wet, make it rain, make me sweat, and I will be saved in my wild way. For this heart of gold, this witchy soul, oh. Make it rain, Todd. Make it
So, pro tip, gotta plug your guitar in. Thanks for the quiet part. It turned out,
You nailed it. Nailed it.
one more.
Train?
I like train songs. Everybody likes a train song, right? All right, we'll do a train song.
As long as you got mama in the pickup truck and the poops too.
We're gonna stop in a Walmart first, if you don't mind. If you don't mind, we're gonna stop at Walmart.
Oh, no.
That's where the good stuff is.
Picking up at the gym, got hit by a
Plug
train.
it in. Oh, Thomas Edison was on to something.
You got it.
Oh, no.
No, everybody actually hears it.
Whoa! Let's see what happens.
This one, I guess it's called the train, right? From the first look in your eyes, I was wild, lost in oblivion. The way our hands moved over the record so smooth, and the music that came from them was a lullaby. I knew at the gate, and I knew I was gonna hop on that train right fast. What you got the line and try to hold on in the line. I knew I was gonna hop on that train right fast. What you got the line and try to hold on in the line. Well, we got buried in the firelight, buckles for the dawn you were gone, rolling like a madman down the tracks. No, nothing could stop you then. I did my best to stand by your side, wait for you to pass me by, but I couldn't run to catch that fire as I stood in the sunset and waved goodbye. But I knew I was gonna hop on that train right fast, watch you cut the line, try to hold on in the rain. I knew I was gonna hop on that train right fast, watch you cut the line, and try to hold on in the rain. But you know what? You can't blame the train. It doesn't stop for no one. You can't blame the train. It's gotta get where it's going. You can't blame the train. It doesn't stop for no one. You can't blame the train. It's gotta get where it's going. And I knew I was gonna hop on that train right back, but you cut the line and tried to hold on in the rain. I knew I was gonna hop on that train right fast, but you cut the line and tried to hold on in the rain. But you can't blame the train. It doesn't stop for no one. You can't blame the train. It's gotta get where it's going. You can't blame the train. It doesn't stop for no one. You can't blame the train. It's gotta get where it's going.
Thank you guys. Miss Lyndsay, Audra. Thank you guys for coming out. Thank you.
It's up to them, actually.
Yeah.
They
You wanna do
say
one
when they go to
more?
bed.
More. Absolutely. Y'all look like a late night crowd, just to be honest. You don't look like the ones that go to bed at 8 o'clock. I'm just saying. I mean, Jerry's out there throwing pots at 4 in the morning. I don't know if the rest of y'all are. I'm sure you're not.
I wrote this murder ballad down in Tucson.
Yeah.
I wrote a Tucson Arizona. We could really use some like horn section if anybody's got a trombone
Or kazoos.
trumpet available.
Kazoos.
Trumpets, kazoos available. This is So do you get song credits since you made a golden gun name? Do I have to put you on?
No.
I've been on this journey through the sun-scorched desert sand. One more day left of water to get me through this land. They say the moon and stars will guide me, but the clouds, they hover tight. One way there's a darkness trying to make this right. Now there's no end in sight to this long and lonesome night. My father was a gambler, but he was an honest man. My brother, he's a scoundrel who shot him down with his last winning hand. Now I had a choice, though I'm not a killing woman. But one way or another, brother had to learn his lesson. Now there's no end in sight to this long and lonesome night. Now there's no end in sight to this long and lonesome night. For daddy's riches, there must have been some snitches. 'Cause there was brother with his golden gun saying, sister, you better run. But the one thing brother forgot is that I was always the quicker shot. And now there's no end in sight to this long and lonesome night. And now there's no end in sight to this long and lonesome night.
It's Lyndsay, Audra, you guys. Thank you.
This is Todd, Partridge. Thank you, everybody, for being here. We are so honored. Can't wait to come back.